Elizabeth. And I'm Stacy. And welcome to my YouTube channel. So today's video was supposed to be posted last week, but it didn't work out too well and I didn't want to put up a crappy video. So I had to re-record and it is being put up tonight. Today's video is going to be a little bit more of an informative video. I'm going to talk about flying with a baby. Do you really want to do it? And then I'm also going to be doing a review on a product that I got called the FlyeBaby that I used for my flight. This is not a sponsored post, but it should be. So, flying with an infant. It actually wasn't too terrible, especially considering how she acts when I try to film my YouTube shows. She slept through most of the flight, which was pretty awesome, but I do have some tips and tricks if you do plan on flying with an infant. I flew with American Airlines. This is not a sponsored post, but it should be. What American offers, as well as a lot of other standard airlines, you get your free carry-on bag and then you get your free personal item like a purse or a backpack. Well, if you have a baby, they will gate check a stroller for you as long as it's under 20 pounds, and they will gate check your car seat, and then you also get to bring your diaper bag. So you get to bring all this great stuff. It sounds so great because you get all this stuff to bring for free, right? No. Especially when you're flying by yourself, because you gotta carry all that stuff. Plus a baby. Let's just say, her name's Stacy for a reason. Stacy's mom has got it going on. So first of all, you have to get all this stuff to your airline, so make sure you allow yourself plenty of time because it is a crap ton of stuff. And if you're like me, you can kind of just turn your carry-on bag into a little stroller by propping the car seat on there because I'm that awesome. And then the next thing when you're flying is you gotta go through TSA. Oh, does everyone love TSA? I know I do. So when you're going through TSA, if you do have a baby, you get to bring more than the 3 ounces that they allot you of liquids, as long as it's breast milk or water for formula to be made. You just gotta let them know when you get there that you have breast milk, and then they put it in a separate bin and you get all that x-rayed. They do, however, have to wipe your hands because you don't go through the x-ray thing, you go through the metal detector. And if you're like me and you get the special ding, 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 you're a winner, you get patted down. And I gotta tell you, they've gotten much more thorough because I've had quite a few pat downs because I opted out of going through the x-ray thing when I was pregnant and I flew a lot. And they have never been this thorough as my flight leaving Kansas City, Missouri and going to LAX. The TSA agent, let's just say, we got to know each other. So now you got past TSA and you're ready to board for your flight. Well, go check in and let them know you're here so that way you can gate check your stuff. I asked them if they could just go ahead and gate check my carry-on bag because so that way I didn't have to deal with it or anything like that. And of course, American Airlines did that. That's why I always fly through them because they're awesome. No, this is not sponsored, but it should be. So, we're on the flight with a baby. Everybody's looking at you. And you know why. I just kept giving my baby milk or her pacifier until she was completely content. She did not have a problem on either flight, and it was a 3-hour flight. She slept through a majority of both of them, which was really awesome. So now comes to my review of the FlyeBaby. So you see here, we have this lady who has her little infant in it, and it creates like this little sling by hooking up to the tray table in front of you. Has a little harness, and it hooks around your waist. Pretty cool, right? Well, the lady in the picture obviously had first class tickets. Not something that I or about 90% of Americans have access to. On both of my flights, I was in a smaller plane, so the space between me and the seat in front of me was very limited, and I will say both times the people in front of me did not have their seat reclined. So that is the maximum amount of space that I had for my FlyeBaby. And the first flight going to Kansas City, I was in the back row and it was awful. There was like hardly any space. The FlyeBaby still worked. It didn't work as advertised. She was basically sitting up and it gave me a little bit more hands-free, and then I could kind of look at her and play with her a little bit. So that worked and that was cool. Also, whenever she fell asleep, I was able to use the FlyeBaby kind of as a little support for her back, so I could kind of hold her with one hand so that way I could pump, and I still had a little mobility, which also gave my arm a break. So that was cool. It was useful. It wasn't how it was intended, but I made it work. My baby is 3 months old, and her head height went way past the line that said maximum head length. So the baby in the picture, obviously not older than a 1 month old. So something that I did is I put a blanket behind her head so that way her head wouldn't hit the tray table and it was comfortable for her. So that was my way of still being able to use it and her being comfortable and I being comfortable. Keep in mind that my flight experience, both times in front of me, the people did not have their seat extended at all. So if the people in front of you end up extending your seat, I don't know how well or useful this product would be. So overall, I give the FlyeBaby a 3-star out of 5-star rating. I did find it useful, but it wasn't at all what it was advertised to be. And I wouldn't feel comfortable giving it more than that because, like, I can't recommend the product because it might help you, it might not. I was able to use it. The other reason that I went ahead and bought this product is because it's advertised that it can also be used to hook up to like a dining chair, as long as your baby has good head control. So that way you can convert any chair into a seat for your infant, which I thought that was pretty cool. If it didn't have that kind of thing, I probably wouldn't have spent $40 on a one-time use. So I hope you found today's video informative. If you have to fly with an infant or you know somebody who has to fly with an infant, hopefully you can pass this on and share it with them so that way they can be able to have a happy flight like I did. And make sure to schedule a massage when you come back from your flight because you will be exhausted. I'm Elizabeth. I'm Stacy. Thanks for watching. Please enjoy this video of my #1 YouTube fan, Grandma Myers, and Stacy doing donuts.
You're just not the girl for me. I know it might be wrong, but I'm in love with Stacey's.